Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have another back to the basic video for you today. Before we move into the video itself, please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so that you get notified every time I put up a new video. Today we are going to discuss the difference between a foundation and a concealer. So what does a foundation do? So foundation just covers your blemishes, the black spots, the pigmentation, or basically any kind of flaw that you have on your face to give you a fine and even skin tone. So foundation is basically applied all over your face to certain length of your neck and sometimes a bit part of your ear to give you even skin tone throughout. So the first part is selecting the foundation. So you can go to any store, do a small patch test on your face so that you can select the shade of the foundation with the closest match to your skin. If you go with professional brands which are the higher ends like MAC, like Bobbi Brown with like Estee Lauder, you'll find a lot of color ranges. And Fenty is also producing a lot of color ranges, so you can find almost exact match to your skin. But also there are drugstore brands like Maybelline and L'Oreal which provides a wide range of skin tones to choose from to find the closest match to your skin. Selecting a foundation is so much more than just selecting the shade. You need to understand what kind of skin you have. Do you have oily skin or dry skin or combination skin? And also what kind of finish you're looking for, a dewy finish or a matte finish in the foundation. So you have to figure out all of these things and then go and select your foundation. So let's go into different types of foundation that is available in the market currently. So first and the most basic one is a liquid foundation. That's the same thing I have right now, and I use liquid foundation a lot. I prefer using liquid foundation. So liquid foundation is something which all the skin types can use, from normal to dry to oily to combination. Another factor about the foundation is the coverage it gives. In case of a liquid foundation, you can find something which is a sheer coverage to a medium coverage to a full coverage. The one I have here with me is the MAC Studio Fix foundation in the shade NC40, which is my shade, and this is a medium to full coverage foundation. So this foundation also has SPF 15 in it and it gives me a matte finish. So the thing with matte finish is that if you have dry skin in particular, you may tend to be a bit flaky throughout the day. So I would strongly suggest you use a good moisturizing primer and a good moisturizer before you move on with the foundation itself. So the next type of foundation is the powder foundation. It looks something like this. The powder foundation gives you light to medium coverage, which is buildable. So powder foundation are apt for oily skin types. You can also use powder foundation if you want a very sheer and natural look. The next type of foundation is the cream foundation. So cream foundations are apt for dry skin types and also they are great to give you a dewy look. In terms of coverage, cream foundations are mostly available from medium to full coverage. So the next kind of foundation is the mousse foundation. So mousse foundation is like a liquid foundation which has air whipped into it. It is much more fluffy than a liquid foundation, but at the same time it is quite light. Mousse foundations work great for oily skin types, but yes, they are available for all skin types. Mousse foundation generally gives medium to full coverage. The next kind of foundation is a stick foundation. The consistency of a stick foundation is very thick and they generally give you full coverage. It is not recommended for people with oily skin and acne-prone skin. Now let's talk about the application. So you can use a foundation brush, a beauty blender, or just your fingers to apply the product. I personally like using a beauty blender or just applying it with my fingers all over my face so that I can apply it evenly. I believe that gives you an idea about what a foundation is and how to select a foundation and also how to apply the foundation. Let's move into the concealer next. What is a concealer and how is it different from a foundation? So concealer is like a more thick and more pigmented version of a foundation. Even after you have applied the foundation, there may be certain parts of your face which are not completely covered by the foundation. For example, I may have very bad dark circles, or if I have patches on my face, or I have pigmentation, or I have pimple spots, or discoloration. So those kind of areas which are not covered by the foundation can be covered with using a concealer. So basically, a concealer gives you targeted coverage to hide the flaws. In some scenarios, I just skip the foundation and then just use the concealer, conceal my under eyes, the pigmentations on my face, blend it well, powder it, and then I'm ready to go. But when I want a fine, completely flawless face, I have to use the foundation. You will not get completely flawless skin without the foundation. So the concealer, like the foundation, comes in different coverages, generally from medium to full coverage. So there's also something called the color corrector, which is a more targeted concealer. So it comes in different colors. The orange or the peach color corrector can be used to hide dark spots. The green color corrector can be used to hide red spots or blemishes. And the yellow color corrector can be used to give a more even skin tone. So concealers are majorly of three types. One is liquid, one is cream, and one is stick. So the liquid concealer I have here is the LA Pro concealer in the shade Pure Beige. I also have a matte cream concealer, and then there is a stick concealer. I generally do not use stick concealer or stick foundation in fact. So the coverage of a liquid concealer generally ranges from medium to full coverage and is quite light and buildable. The coverage of a cream concealer or a stick concealer is much more thick and they are generally full coverage. So if you have a lot of blemishes you want to hide, then you can probably go for a cream concealer or a stick concealer. On the other hand, if there's not much blemishes, it's just some problem areas which you want to hide, and then you can use a liquid concealer. If you have oily skin or acne prone skin, then the stick concealer is not recommended. Coming to some tips and tricks of the concealer, instead of applying the concealer underneath the eye in this motion, like covering it this way as a C or as an arc, you can use it as an inverted triangle. As such, it's an inverted triangle. So this also helps highlight that area. So the second trick is to use the concealer to prime your eyelids. So instead of using a primer to prime your eyelids, you can just use your concealer and it works just as well. Currently in the market, there are a lot of tinted primers available for the eyelids. So for example, if I'm using a blue tinted primer for a blue eyeshadow look, or I can use a pink tinted eye primer for a pink eyeshadow look. Honestly, I find it as an unnecessary product because you can just use a concealer or just a white primer for the eyes and you'll be done with it. It's going to give you the same effect. So tinted primers I don't think are worth it. So apart from the concealers and the foundation, there are also some products called the PP creams or the CC creams or the DD creams. I have the Lotus DD cream over here and the Sugar BB cream over here. So both of these products come with SPF. This comes with SPF 30 plus and this comes with SPF 20 plus. So what this basically are is that they're a combination of a cream and a foundation. So they're much more sheer than a foundation, but they can be used on a daily basis. Out of these two, I prefer the Lotus DD cream. So that's it guys. I hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think in the comment sections below. Also please like and subscribe. Until next time, bye bye.